Good morning students. I am Raju working as PGT chemistry at Gurukul. In the last lecture we have discussed all about the unit conversions, how we can convert one unit into another unit. These units are used in numerical portions especially. So our next topic in the unit first, some basic concept of chemistry, is laws of chemical combination. Laws of chemical combination means how different atoms combine to form different kinds of compounds. So our first law is law of conservation of mass, laws of chemical combination. Laws of chemical combination. Our first law you have already discussed in lower classes about it, that is law of conservation of mass. First law is law of conservation of mass. This law put forward by the Antony Lavoisier. This law is given by Antony Lavoisier. This law is put forward by Antony Lavoisier. According to this law, mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It means the mass of the system remains constant. It can be converted into one form to another. We can say that according to law of conservation of mass, mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Let us take an example for this. We consider carbon plus oxygen combined with each other to form a compound CO2. So the mass of the reactant, these are carbon and oxygen, should be equal to mass of the product which is formed in the reaction. Mass of the reactant should be equal to mass of product. So here mass is carbon is 12, oxygen is 1 atom 16, for the one molecule this is 36. The total mass of the reactant is equal to 44 unit. And in case of carbon dioxide, 1 carbon, so it is also 44 unit. So we can say that mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. Mass remain conserved in the chemical reaction given by the Antony Lavoisier. It can convert only from one form to the another form of the compound. This is our first law, law of conservation of mass. Now our second law, law of constant composition. Law of constant composition or definite composition. Law of constant composition or definite composition. According to this law, whatever may be the source of the compound, the atoms combine, elements combine in fixed ratio. Whatever may be the source of compound, the elements combine in a fixed ratio by weight or volume. Whatever may be the source, it means if we take an example of water, if we take water from any source, it include river, pond or tap water, etc. The ratio in which the source, whatever may be the source, the elements combine in a fixed ratio. Fixed ratio means the molecule of water. Example, molecule of water, it may be the source, may be tap water, it may be river, it may be sea water. The ratio of the elements in which they combine, hydrogen and oxygen, The simple ratio is 2:1 by the number, and mass ratio is hydrogen is 2 and oxygen is 16. So the ratio of the mass of these two elements, mass or volume, by 1:8. Simply for the carbon dioxide, whatever may be the source of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, from the earth crust, anywhere, the ratio of the carbon and oxygen will remain same, and it come out to be 12:32. Simply cut it, 4 3:8. Whatever may be the source of the compound, then ratio in which the element combine is fixed. This is according to the law of constant composition, and this law is given by the Joseph Proust. This law is given by Joseph Proust. These are the two laws. First is law of conservation of mass given by Antoine Lavoisier. Mass remain constant throughout the reaction. Means mass of reactant is equal to mass of product. Second is law of constant composition or definite proportion given by the Joseph Proust. According to this law, whatever may be the source, then mass elements combine in a fixed ratio by the mass. We take an example of water and example of carbon dioxide. So our next law is law of multiple proportion. Our third law in the law of chemical combination is law of multiple proportion. Let's start. Third is law of multiple proportion. It is important law of multiple proportion. This law is given by Johann Dalton. According to this law, if two atoms combine to form more than one compound, then if mass of one element is kept constant, then the second element bears a simple ratio by mass. It means if two atoms combine to form more than one compound, two atoms combine with each other to form more than one compound, then if we take the mass of one atom is kept constant, then the second atom will bear a simple ratio. Let us take an example. Simply we take an example of carbon and oxygen. If combined, they can form more than one compound. It means carbon monoxide as well as carbon dioxide. Then what is the ratio of the masses in which combine carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide? These may be carbon and oxygen ratio, carbon and oxygen. So the ratio of carbon is 12:16, and here is 12:2, oxygen are 2, so it is 32. So the ratio is if the mass of the one is kept constant, ये इसमें लिखा है one compound, then if mass of the one element is kept constant, mass of carbon is kept constant, that is 12 and 12, then the ratio of oxygen in the first 16 and ratio of oxygen in the second is 32. So their ratio is 1:2. This is according to the law of multiple proportion, which is given by John Dalton. To clarify this concept, we take an example of nitrogen and oxygen, because nitrogen and oxygen form the different kinds of the compound. So let's take an example of nitrogen and oxygen when combined with each other. So first compound is N2O. The oxide of nitrogen are several kinds, that is N2O, that is nitrous oxide. N2O is nitrous, it is also known as laughing gas. Then second compound is nitric oxide, NO. Third compound is N2O3 dinitrogen trioxide. Fourth compound formed is N2O4. Fifth is N2O5. These are the different compounds formed when nitrogen and oxygen atoms combine with each other. Then the masses of nitrogen and oxygen. Here is the mass of nitrogen, and in the second case this is mass of oxygen which combine with each other. So in the first case, mass of nitrogen is 2 atoms, so it is 28. In it first one, it is 28, 28, 28. Then oxygen 1 atom, 16, 16, 3 atoms, 48, and in this case 64, and in this case that is 80 because 5 atoms are present. According to this law, if mass of the one element is kept constant, one element means we can see that mass of nitrogen can be constant. If we divide it by 2, then it will be 14. It is already 14. It is 14, 14, and this is 14. Mass of the one element is kept constant divided by the 2. So it is also divided by 2. It will be 8. It is already 16. It is divided by 2. So it will 24. It is 32, and it is 40. Then the mass of the nitrogen in all compound is kept constant. This is 14. Then ratio of the mass of the oxygen bears a simple ratio. It is 8. Ratio will be 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. So we can say that this is in simple ratio. It can cut with 8. So it comes out to be 1:, this ratio we have written here. It is 1:2:, 3:4:5. This is the simple ratio for the elements which combine with each other. Simple ratio by mass. So let's take a look of this concept, law of multiple proportion, Joule Dalton. If two atoms, any two atoms which combine to with each other to form more than one compound, then the mass of one element is kept constant. One element mass is kept constant. Then ratio in which the other atom combine with fixed mass of this bear a simple ratio. This is according to the law of multiple proportion. Now we are going to watch the fourth law, law of reciprocal proportion. Our important fourth law, this is law of reciprocal proportion. So let's start our fourth law, law of reciprocal proportion. This law is given by Richter. This law is given by Richter. According to this law, the ratio of masses of two elements, the ratio of masses of two elements A and B which combine separately with a fixed mass of third element, with a fixed mass of third element C. We have considered the ratio of masses of two elements A and B. A or B, two elements when combined separately with fixed mass of third element C is either the same, means उनका ratio क्या है, is either the same or is either the same or bears some simple multiple, or bears some simple multiple. It means bear the simple multiple ratio. We can say that when two elements A and B combine with fixed mass of third element A and B, which combine separately, अलग अलग combine करें with the fixed mass of third element, so they will bear the simple ratio in which they combine. Let's take an example to clarify this concept. Element carbon and oxygen. Element carbon and oxygen combine separately with hydrogen to form, when carbon and hydrogen combine to form CH4 and water. CH4 and water, and they combine directly with each other. Carbon and oxygen combine and they combine directly with each other. To form water. To form combine carbon and oxygen, they form CO2. So it is CO2. So let's say carbon and oxygen. So this is our carbon, and this is our oxygen, combined with a fixed mass of third element, say this is hydrogen. When combined with carbon and hydrogen, they will form CH4. And when oxygen and these combine, they will form oxygen. So carbon and oxygen combine, they will form carbon dioxide. So according to the law, the ratio of masses of two elements A and B, let's the A and B combine with third element, fixed mass of third element. So let's take an example. So in case of CH4, the ratio of carbon and hydrogen is carbon is 12, hydrogen is 4. And in case of water, it is hydrogen and oxygen. So oxygen and hydrogen ratio is 16:2. This is the ratio for the this is for the methane, and this is for the water molecule. Then ratio comes out to be, it will for 3:1, and here it is 8:1. So the mass of hydrogen here is 1, and in this case mass is 1. So the ratio of carbon and oxygen should be 3:8. And in case of carbon dioxide, we calculate carbon and oxygen. Carbon mass is, we written it here. In case of carbon dioxide, ratio of mass is carbon and oxygen. Carbon is 12, oxygen is CO2. This is 32. So the ratio of 4:2 and 4, 8. So 3:8. And here is also 3:8. So we can say that if the fixed mass of one element, this is 1 and 1, combined separately with two elements, carbon and oxygen, in which the ratio 3:8, they will form, when these two elements are combined, their ratio will remain same. It may be same, or it bears a simple ratio. It bears a simple multiple ratio. This is according to the law of reciprocal proportion. Our last law, Gay-Lussac law of combining volume. This law is given by Richter, law of reciprocal proportion. Last law is very simple law of Gay-Lussac volume, या Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. Fifth law, last law, is Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume. Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volume. According to this law, if two gases combine with to give a third gas, then all the reactant and product, then all the reactants and products bears a whole number ratio, bears a whole number ratio. It means according to this law, if two gases, any two gases combine to form a third gas, then their ratio will be a simple whole number ratio. Simply, it can be written as H2, hydrogen gas combined with chlorine gas, and they will form two molecule of HCl gas. So the ratio of hydrogen gas, chlorine gas and HCl gas will be 1:1:2. They will bear a simple whole number ratio. This is according to the law of Gay-Lussac law of gaseous volume. Okay students, these are our 5 laws which are introduced or which are used in the law of chemical combination. Okay, we will start our unit in the next video lecture. Thank you.